These fucking fast combos are so good.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my latest Renekton guide. In today's video, I'll be showcasing my highly awaited mechanics guide that I've been promising for many years. And it has finally came to me that I will re-release it and do it way before my actual Mastering Renekton guide. So in this version of this mechanics guide, I've gone through every single mechanic I have found over the years and compiled it all into this single video. This will include animation cancels, double casts, special interactions with abilities. It will feature everything that you probably don't know about Renekton. So before I get into the video, I will just say that I won't be talking too much for the video, as I found that a more visual approach is a lot easier for people to understand. And if I was going to say everything that's like, you know, on the screen, it'd be very tiresome for me and also tiresome for other people too. So I just feel like having text on the screen and like, you know, the visual element of the video is way more pleasing for many people to watch. I also want to mention that I do have timestamps within the video. If you click on the video player bar, you will see many different timestamps to the video. And I feel like for some users, not everybody's able to see these timestamps. So that's why I've also made this graphic right now that you guys can all see. So if you can't see those timestamps within the video player, then by all means just look at the screen and you're able to see every single mechanic and interaction that's within the video. So before we actually get onto the content of the video, I do want to just run down some of the importances of having great mechanics on Renekton. A lot of people, believe it or not, actually take Renekton for granted. They actually don't understand a lot of these mechanical elements, and this actually hinders the champion's ability to carry and dominate games. So with that being said, what are the importances of good mechanics? So some of the good importances are having higher DPS and damage output. For a champion like Renekton that has high AD scalings and overall just synergizes so well with AD items, it is so important having good mechanics because it overall gives you more ways of applying damage onto a target. It also increases your damage output too, therefore opening up to many different playstyles. Having good mechanics also allows you to have more combos and also gives you more outplay potential. Believe it or not, there are so many Renekton players that actually get away with really lucky players just without any mechanics. While the champion is naturally strong earlier game, he's even more stronger if you have mechanical understanding. Not only does it give you the outplay potential, but it also just gives you better laning and just better fundamentals overall. For trade instances, for a fundamental example, Renekton is able to present many different combos to keep the enemies guessing. With that, the enemy can't exactly pinpoint what Renekton is going to do. And with Renekton already seemingly being a one-dimensional champion, this opens up to many different opportunities for him. Renekton can do different combos to heal himself, he can do combos to burst, he can do combos to just build fury up for his all-in he's going to do afterwards. Renekton could do many different things based on the mechanical understanding of what his champion can do. Another great thing mechanics give is it actually allows him to be more synergized with items and playstyles. When you think about item actives, you have things like Goredrinker, Stridebreaker, Prowler's Claw. All these items also give Renekton more mechanical depth. Goredrinker allows him to double cast, Stridebreaker also does that, or even just animation cancel. All these things play into Renekton being able to do things a lot quicker, allowing him to be more fluid and less of a slower champion. And because you're allowed to abuse all these items, you're also allowed to abuse different playstyles. The full AD one is a big example. A lot of people have a lot of difficulty with this playstyle, and a lot of these people also seem to blame it on the playstyle itself, when it's actually their mechanical ability to execute various combos to make the playstyle work. You see, a lot of people don't really realise that the full AD playstyle is literally built around having great mechanics. So when people quickly dismiss it and call it bad, sure, it is bad if you don't know how to properly execute combos. That's why I always recommend this playstyle to be for the very experienced Renekton player that knows a lot about their fury management, animation cancelling, and many other different things. And when you do reach the point where you are able to mechanically execute your champion to a level of higher elo 1 tricks, that's when you're getting the best results, and that's when you're getting the most out of Renekton. Because of mechanics, that also gives you the ability to win every matchup in the game, and I'm not exactly over exaggerating here. If you watch my gameplay, sometimes at least, you can notice that I will win matchups that a lot of people can't. Those things are things such as Quinn, Vayne, Jace, Teemo. Like, a lot of these stereotypical hard matchups, I seem to win, and the biggest reason why I actually win these matchups is because of my mechanical understanding. Because of not playing in such a one-dimensional playstyle, I'm able to mix up my combos and mix up my uses of certain abilities. Each of these then pays off in me being able to beat my laner and knowing my limits a lot more than others. And the last great thing about mechanics is the fact that it gives you an easier way of being able to 1v9 games. If you compare someone that's a starter Renekton player and they're fed in lane, what are they going to do with their leads? They're most likely going to build in a certain way that caters to their playstyle of being a bruiser, and then they'll try and go into fights thinking they can kill people. But the truth is, they fall off naturally because of their mechanical understanding of the champion, and they're not able to abuse things that one-tricks could. Now, if I'm in this situation, I will be building full damage items, and then I'll abuse my combos onto carries and one-shot them out the game. This then gives my team more ways of being able to close out the game, and it will also give me an easier time in being able to play my champion. So now that I've covered the importance of mechanics, I do just want to send a message about why being a Renekton main is frustrating. One of the most frustrating reasons is that a lot of Renekton mains don't actually know how to use their mechanics to their advantage. Most Renekton players only know the most linear knowledge about cancelling Renekton's W with his R, or double casting Goredrinker or Tiamat in the past with his Q. But there's so much more that people don't realise with Renekton, and this is what's keeping them back. And because of that, Renekton is stereotyped as a useless stun bot that he is, or because people are stuck on his outdated perception of the older seasons. Even in pro play is the most prestigious and competitive aspect of the league, and many Renekton players, even in Korea and China, still play Renekton in a very one-dimensional mechanical style, of relying on being able to be an early game, stalemate pick, and then becoming a CC bot later within the game, just with his W alone. And quite honestly, if you're going to play a champion to be a CC bot, why not just pick a tank? Tanks have high base damage, they have a lot of forms of CC, and they can actually tank way better than Renekton. So why play Renekton at all if you're not going to use his mechanics? There's a big reason why Renekton has a negative win rate in Worlds last year, and for reference, if you guys want to know what it was 36.4%. That's simply because people aren't good enough to play him in the way that he can be played. Sure, competitive is a lot different and you won't get to abuse everything, but that doesn't mean pro players can't try and bear their own knowledge on the champion. It's honestly an embarrassment for me to see the way they're playing him. They're just initiating combos with no fury at all, they're making him look like he's really slow and clunky, and then he's just walking around being a minion. Like, it's honestly really embarrassing to watch, and it's a big reason why I'm frustrated about this community. And it's not that it's anyone's fault per se, it isn't, it's just that the community hasn't been exposed enough to the things that you can do with Renekton, and that's what I'm hoping to do with this guide. So trust me, if you want to start bettering your Renekton, you 100% want to learn everything you can about this video. So please, help me change the image of what Renekton actually is. Abuse every mechanic you can, and don't give it into this perception that he is this and that. It's just simply not true. There's many ways you can play Renekton, so let's try and get out this stereotype and change him for the better. So with that being said, here is my mechanics guide. So that is pretty much it for my mechanics guide. Before I go, I do want to say thank you guys very much for watching the video, and if you have any feedback that I can take from this video and apply to my next video, I will greatly appreciate that. But if there isn't any feedback and you generally like the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and even subscribe if you want to see more of my content. My aim for this channel is to make the best content on YouTube for Renekton, and this is only going to work if you guys are willing to support me and give feedback. So guys, thank you again for watching the video and have a good day. Stay safe.